the euphoria of Omega Fire Ministries' 16th anniversary Thanksgiving service. Rain brings flood but helps extinguish one of Australia's worst bushfires. Federal government to begin mechanized farming in 632 local government areas. And weekend fixtures analysis is actually coming from Ivan Agafi. Thanks once again for joining us on Celebration Television News Desk. I am Nicholas Akosele. Please stay with us as we bring you details of our news after the short break. Welcome back. Now the news in details. Omega Fire Ministries, in the spirit of her 16th anniversary, holds her Thanksgiving service for God's covering and enabled achievements over the Commission and its affiliates. This is an event that happened at the International Worship Center on Sunday, 9th February 2020. With echoes of celebration, it's obvious that the members who are fondly known as Omega children are grateful for the wonders of God towards their spiritual parents, Apostle Johnson Suleiman and his wife, Dr. Lizzie Suleiman, his family, and all those who are connected by any means. With the speed this ministry is known for, her present achievement knows no bound, for God is their builder. The Sunday Thanksgiving followed after the 5 glorious sessions planned for the event. What a great manifestation of God it was, with a special guest of honor, Dr. Joshua Talina of the Shepherd's House International. Dignitaries such as Chinedu Ikedieze and Osita Iheme, popularly known as Aki and Popo, graced the events. Hear what they said.
Here once again. We are 16 years. The church is 16 years. And we are here to celebrate the anniversary. I have one word for the youth. The Omega Fire is all over the world. And I also want to urge you to also do your own part by making sure you convert members all over the world too. He's still here. Whatever they do, God is still here. They can never take the glory of God from us. They go try, but don't catch us. Honestly, I want to thank you for coming. You're welcome. This is our place. This is our home. If you're a member of this family, you don't lack anything. I mean, you lack nothing. Because with God, all things are possible. Thank you for coming. We love you.
You X.
And the service ended with cutting of the anniversary cake in gratitude to God. In another news, Amotekun personnel, Southwest governors to write IG for gun license. There were indications on Sunday, 9th February 2020 that the Southwest State Executive Council would on Wednesday discuss the bills on Amotekun Corps. It was gathered that a securities network agency will be established in each state to oversee the Amotekun Corps. The Ondo State Attorney General Kola Olawoye said after the passage of the bill, each state would apply to the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, for a gun license for the Amotekun Corps. The Southwestern governors had, at a summit organized by the Development Agenda for Western Agenda on January 9, 2020, agreed to set up Operation Amotekun to address killings and kidnapping in the zone. The federal government initially said the security outfit was illegal, but during a meeting in Abuja attended by the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, the Southwest governors, and the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, both the federal government and the governors agreed that the Southwest states should give a legal backing to the security outfit. Away from that, coronavirus reps trivializing our ordeal, says Nigerians in China. Nigerians in China have accused the House of Representatives of trivializing the ordeal of over 60 citizens stranded in the city of Wuhan, which had been hit by coronavirus, while faulting the 20,000 yuan, which is about 1 million naira, donated to the stranded persons by the Nigerian ambassador to China, Ahmed Jida. They expressed gratitude to the government and citizens of the People's Republic of China for their concerted efforts to ensure that everybody in the virus-hit areas was taken care of, irrespective of their nationalities or religion. However, the Nigerian community in China has expressed shock and disappointment in the members of House of Representatives of trivializing the ordeal of over 60 Nigerians stranded in the coronavirus-hit city of Wuhan in China, following a motion by one of the lawmakers calling for necessary actions by the federal government to ensure that those Nigerians returned to their fatherland. Moving forward, he added that the video clips of that show of shame in the legislative chamber has gone viral in China, and Nigerians have become objects of jokes by citizens of other countries who could not fathom why responsible legislators would make mockery of such a well-conceived motion, even as other nations, including Kenya, have taken steps to remove their citizens from Wuhan. He also reiterated the call for the immediate evacuation of compatriots in Wuhan, as government officials have repeatedly told the world that Nigeria has the resources to quarantine returnees, as it did during the outbreak of Ebola. While we appreciate the Nigerian ambassador to China, Ahmed Jida, for the donation of 20,000 yuan, which is approximately 1 million naira, to Nigerians trapped in Wuhan. Please stay with us. Coming up next is international scene, so just wait for us coming with the details of the news from the foreign scene.
A new era of the decade holds in Imo State, Nigeria.
Where shall be heaven on earth?
Shout glory!
There's going to be a deluge of God's glory, God's power, God's anointing, healing the sick, massive miracles. Will you live in any state around, down the eastern axis?
What glory left? Oh, the absence of glory is the presence of death. It's Greater Works 2020. Apostle Johnson Suleiman.
God spoke to Samuel and said, I'll do a work in your day that the ears of them that hear shall tingle.
Papa, mighty miracle here.
Be my guest as we come to Owerri Crusade.
Date 12th and 13th February 2020 by 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Happening live at Heroes Core, Owerri, Imo State.
Greater Works, Owerri. I'll see you there.
Welcome back. Now the news in details from the foreign scene. Rain brings flood but helps extinguish one of Australia's worst bushfires. Parts of Australia's east coast have been hit with heavy rain, forcing evacuations, power cuts and school closures. But it also brought one piece of very good news. 8 flood evacuation orders were issued for towns including Narrabeen, Lagoon, Moorebank, Chipping Norton and Milpera, and a number of flood warnings were also issued. The New South Wales Bureau of Meteorology said Sydney had seen 391.6 millimeters of rain in 4 days, the wettest since 414.2 millimeters fell between February 2nd through 5th, 1990. More than 60 schools were closed on Monday, and one power company in Sydney's Greater West and on the South Coast said it was working to restore power to almost 20,000 properties. The Insurance Council of Australia declared the weekend a catastrophe with around 10,000 claims lodged, according to the Australian Broadcasting Corps. But there was some good news. The rain had helped extinguish one of the state's worst bushfires, Kurowan, in the Shoalhaven region on the south coast. The fire, which was started by lightning strike, burned for 74 days, destroying 312 homes and razing nearly 500,000 hectares of land. But the Shoalhaven region received more than 100 millimeters of rain in recent days, which helped to damp down the last of the bushfire. In another news, Parasite make Oscar history as first foreign language film to win Best Picture. After an award season marked by its predictability, the Oscars delivered a spectacular final retwist on Sunday evening, naming capitalist satire Parasite between Best Pictures. Bong Joon-ho comedy drama about an impoverished family who infiltrates the household of a wealthier one is the first film not in the English language to take the top prize. It also took Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Film. Sam Mendes' 1917 had been tipped to roll triumphant at this year's Academy Awards, following its key victories at the BAFTAs, Golden Globes, and crucial bellwethers such as the Producers Guild Awards. In the event, the harrowing First World War drama took 3 awards for Roger Deakins' cinematography and for its visual effects and sound mixing. Bong's films also defeated Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jojo Rabbit, and The Irishman to Best Picture. It marks the first time in 65 years since Marty in 1955 that the winner of the Palme d'Or at Cannes has progressed to a Best Picture Oscar. Bong paid tribute to Scorsese in his Best Director speech, saying that when he was young, he carved deep into my heart, a quote by Scorsese. The most personal is the most creative. Coming up next is business news. Don't go anywhere.
Ancient powers from the ancient God comes to Toronto, Canada.
Please take a minute. This is good news coming. You don't want to miss all God has outlined for you this year 2020. I'll be coming to Toronto, Canada for outburst of God's grace and glory. We're going to be gathering at the feet of the Master to eat from his table, spreading our hands to receive his blessings, touching our lives, moving us from one level of glory to another.
3rd and 4th March 2020 by 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily, live at Toronto Grand Convention Center, number 30 Baywood Road, Toronto, Canada. For inquiries, please call +164 7385 9871 or +164 7909 0842.
Is a year of greater grace, greater glory, greater works. I'll see you there.
You're welcome to Business News. Federal government will begin mechanized farming in 632 local government areas. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Alhaji Muhammad Nanono, has stated that the ministry would begin agricultural mechanization program in 632 local government areas in the country. The policy, he stated, would ensure that Nigeria achieve food security, job creation, and economic growth. The minister said this when he received the governor of Benue State, Dr. Samuel Otom, in his office in Abuja. Nanono explained that the initiative was expected to involve a full technology package transfer that would cover all stages from agricultural production to industrial processing and marketing. The minister told the governor that the program would cover 632 local government areas across the country, adding that each of them would be fully equipped with administration and information technology workshop. Lastly, on business, e-banking, Standard Chartered drives technology with $3 billion. Standard Chartered says it is committed to driving digital banking with innovation and technology and has invested about $3 billion in technology in recent years. The head of retail banking, Standard Chartered Bank Nigeria, David Idoru, said in a report on the rise of Nigeria's invisible bank that this would automatically mean that people would have more choices and banking will be more convenient. In this regard, he stated that digitalization would no longer be seen as a destination, but as the path to the superior client experience. He said in the last 3 to 5 years, Standard Chartered has invested over $3 billion in technology. He stated that in a world of digital banking and with innovation and technology positioning itself as the future of payments, there were several opportunities for organizations to solve some of the world's biggest challenges and enhance large-scale productivity. So coming up next, it's sports news from the Sports Corner, and that's coming from Ivan Agave. Please stay tuned as it comes up.
Decade holds in Imo State, Nigeria.
Where shall be heaven on earth?
Shout glory!
There's going to be a deluge of God's glory, God's power, God's anointing, healing the sick, massive miracles. Do you live in any state around down the eastern axis?
What glory left? Oh, the absence of glory is the presence of death. It's Greater Works 2020. Apostle Johnson Suleiman.
God spoke to Samuel and said, I'll do a work in your day that the ears of them that hear shall tingle.
Mighty miracle here.
Be my guest as we come to Owerri Crusade.
Date 12th and 13th February 2020 by 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Happening live at Heroes Core, Owerri, Imo State.
Greater Works, Owerri. I'll see you there.
Quite amazing and thrilling fixtures over the weekend, but today we focus on three major shocking comebacks of the weekend. Welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe. Wasting no time, we begin with the Bundesliga, talking about Leverkusen versus Dortmund. Yes, Bayern Leverkusen scored twice in 2 minutes to complete a thrilling comeback as they beat Borussia Dortmund 4-3 on Saturday, denying their visitors a chance to go second in the Bundesliga table. Kevin Volland swept a short past Roman Boyki and into the far corner to give Leverkusen the lead in the 20th minute. But Mats Hummels deftly headed home from a corner to put the visitors back on level terms 2 minutes later. Emre Can then gave Dortmund the lead with a wonder strike in the 33rd minute, picking up the ball well outside the box before unleashing a brilliant dipping shot that curled into the net past the despairing dive of Lukas Hradecky. Undeterred, Leverkusen were back level 2 minutes before halftime as Dortmund failed to clear a corner and Volland struck his second goal of the game. Dortmund went ahead again in the 65th minute with a superb team goal, working the ball quickly from the right before Achraf Hakimi set up Rafael Guerreiro for a simple side-footed finish. The visitors looked to be cruising to victory until goals from Leon Bailey and Lars Bender in the 81st and 82nd minutes put Leverkusen back in the driving seat, with Dortmund failing to recover from the 1-2 punch. The defeat left Dortmund third in the table on 39 points from 21 games, 3 points behind leaders Bayern Munich, who play second place RB Leipzig, 41 points on Sunday. Leverkusen remains fifth on 37. This next match is the shocker of them all. And by that I mean Italian Serie A, Hellas Verona versus Juventus. What a comeback it was. Nobody saw that coming. Beating the leaders? No one saw it coming. Hellas Verona produced a huge upset by coming from behind to beat Serie A leaders Juventus 2-1 on Saturday, inflicting a third defeat of the season on the Italian champions. Cristiano Ronaldo set a new Juventus record by scoring in a third consecutive league game to put the visitors in front at the Stadio Marcantonio Bentegodi after 65 minutes. Yet, Ivan Yuri's side left the visitors stunned as Fabio Borini struck an equalizer before a late penalty from substitute Gianpaolo Pazzini completed the comeback. Juve are now second with 54 points. Inter Milan draws level with them after they beat AC Milan on Sunday. And third place Lazio goes 1 point off top following win at Parma. Verona moved up to 6th place on 34 points, stretching their unbeaten run to 8 games. And now, finally on Sports Corner, it was a festival of goals in the exciting and thrilling fixture. Still from the Serie A derby, Della Madonnina, Inter versus AC Milan. Inter Milan looked on its way to a loss in the derby Della Madonnina against AC Milan on Sunday after going down by 2 goals late in the first half. But it turned out Antonio Conte's team waited until the second 45 minutes for its domination. Inter scored 4 times in the second half, including 70th match winner from Stefan Dovrich to defeat AC Milan 4-0 and move to summit of Serie A over Juventus. Now, of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored for AC Milan in this one, but the club suffered its first defeat in any competition since he returned to the team just over a month ago following 2 years in the MLS. Inter got the win without suspended star Lautaro Martinez. AC Milan was by far the better team in the first half, but the side took 40 minutes to score with Ante Rebic knocking home a header from Ibrahimovic. 6 minutes later, Ibra headed home a goal of his own to stun the home crown. But it was a tale of 2 halves, with Conte's team regaining composure and showing determination in an impressive 20-minute stretch where Inter scored 3 times. 3 times. The home team was quicker and sharper on the ball, took advantage of the space in attack and made AC Milan pay. 2 goals in 3 minutes brought the host level before this delightful header goal from Dovrich sealed it completely. The Rich dived away from goal and lofted the ball to the far post with his head. What a comeback that was, with Lukaku putting home a header in time for an insurance goal. AC Milan looked like it was going to cruise to victory against a team that was out of sync, but something changed at halftime. Credit to Inter for staying level-headed and putting on an attacking clinic that could have been worse for Milan. That win brings Inter back into first place in Serie A on goal differential. AC Milan, meanwhile, is 10th, but just 2 points from the top 6. And that, of course, now, understand that football is quite a very complicated game. This minute you're on top, the next minute you're in second, and that's how it has been for the Spanish La Liga and the Serie A. Now, it's a battle of who will emerge top of the table at the end of the league. And that wraps things up for us at Sports Corner. I am Ivan Angafe. I hope to see you again next week on Monday, and it is back to Nicholas Akosile.
That brings us to the end of the News on Celebration Television News Desk, and that was a wonderful one from Ivan Agafie on Sports Corner. In case you're just joining us, here's the recap of the news headlines. The euphoria of Omega Fire Ministries' 16th anniversary Thanksgiving service. Rain brings flood but helps extinguish one of Australia's worst bushfires. Federal government to begin mechanized farming in 632 local governments area. And as well, you can as well follow us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, we have Celebration TV. On Instagram, My Celebration TV. On Twitter, at My Celebration TV. On YouTube, at www.youtube.com/Celebration TV. Thank you once again for watching Celebration TV News Desk. I am Nicholas Akosile.